Well, hello, my sexy babies. Welcome back to Tren Told Me, where I am your personal boy decoder, chaos ensuer, big sister, unlicensed therapist. You name it, I am probably it. So if you got the ick, got a crush, or need to get your ex back, tune into Tren Told Me. Hi, guys, and happy Monday. I hope you guys are having an amazing, amazing Monday. If you are new here, I am Trinity. Who am I? I was a nonchalant TikToker turned and I've now organized this in alphabetical order: author, CEO, entrepreneur, model, podcaster. Okay, was that in alphabetical order? Who knows? Anyways, the important thing is I one time posted a story time on TikTok and people really liked it. And then they wanted advice from me since I'm so sexy and funny. And I was like, sure, I'll give you guys advice. And it turns out it actually helps a lot of people. So I decided to make this podcast, and that is what you are listening to today. It is my podcast, Tren Told Me, where I go over a plethora of things from how to give an amazing hand job to how to marry somebody. And that's pretty much it. I actually read a comment today, and it didn't hurt my feelings, but I don't know actually how to feel about it, but I'll talk about it. And it was like, someone commented like, oh, this girl's like so driven by male validation. Like her whole world is skewed. She cares way too much about what boys think about her. Like, this is so sick that this is all she posts about. And I was like, how can people not see the bigger picture? The bigger picture is, yes, everything I post is like, the end goal is the male, but it's about the journey. And like, it's about taking you guys on the journey and learning about yourself and building confidence. But hey, like, if people can't see that, there's nothing I can do about that, you know? Like, that's on them. Anyways, what are we talking about today? Enough yapping, Trinity. Today we are talking about something that has been on my mind, and then also coincidentally, people have been DMing me about it. So I was like, oh, that's a sign from the universe that I need to make a podcast over it. And we are talking about friends with benefits. Yes, you heard that right, friends with benefits. I think that this is actually a pretty important matter because I feel like we've all been in situations where actually, I take that back. Some of us have been in situations where we find ourselves in a friends with benefit thing and you're like, oh God, this is really scary. Like, I didn't mean for this to happen. What if I catch feelings? What if I did catch feelings? What if he isn't going to catch feelings? Like, what do I do? That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go through it all. We're going to go through what are friends with benefits, what counts as friends with benefits, why people get into friends with benefits, how to be a good friends with benefits, why friends with benefits can get complicated, how to know when it's getting complicated and how to get out of that, how to make it more than friends with benefits, like if you want to make him your boyfriend, how to do that, and then just some reminders at the end. And that is going to be our episode for Monday. And yeah, I have kind of changed the way I do the podcast, but guess what? It's going to be back to normal soon, but just for now, I'm in a transition area right now where I'm transitioning from like this era of my podcast to a new era of my podcast. And the new era of my podcast is just going to be so awesome. So like, we're just going to all have to hang in there. But like, instead of reading the advice like on the podcast, I go through my DMs and I find like a common topic people are asking me about, and then I'll just make a whole podcast over that. So that's what this is, if you guys are wondering. So let's just get into it. What are friends with benefits? It is a casual, no strings attached dynamic where two people agree to keep things physical without pursuing a romantic relationship. Now, this might sound fun and dandy, right? Now, this at first might sound like a good idea, but is it? Okay? I'm going to tell you my story of friends with benefits. And it actually ended up really well for me, but I don't want that to influence anyone into doing this, but I'm still just going to share my story just because I feel like it's an important part. So I had this guy in 7th grade, and this did not happen in 7th grade, by the way, but I was so in love with this guy in 7th grade, like so in love with him. Like, he sat behind me in class and I just loved him. And I was like, I need him to like me. So I did all my tips and tricks. I got him to like me. And then in 8th grade, he got a girlfriend, and I was like, damn, I'm just gonna have to wait my turn. Sophomore year of high school, it was finally my time to shine. I started hitting him up over Snapchat. It was all in confidence. I literally was just like so confident about it. I was like, I'm gonna hit him up and ask him to hang out. And that's what I did, and it worked. Hit him up over Snapchat, asked him to hang out. And so we started hanging out. And the thing was, we started hanging out with another mutual friend. So it was like me, my mutual friend, and then this guy that I like really liked. But we're like all hanging out in a group of 3. We were like a trio. And I didn't want to make things complicated in the trio by catching feelings for this guy, but he was so sexy and I had liked him since literally 7th grade. So like, things happen, and I'm also sexy. So we both think each other are sexy. Like, what's going to happen? Like, we were friends with benefits. And he would come over and we would never establish any like dating. Like, we were nothing. Like, if people asked, like, we were just friends. We were always just friends. But secretly behind the scenes, we were doing some sneaky things. I actually have a confession to make. Sorry if my friend is listening to this, but one time we were all 3 hanging out, and me and him like said we left the hangout and we drove his car to like some like lover's lane and like did stuff in the car. And I'm sorry to my friend that I left that night because she thought we were all just friends and we had a secret romance going on. But anyways, that lasted for like a year, you guys. I was friends with benefits with this guy for like a year until I got a different boyfriend. But what did I learn? I learned that I'm really good at being friends with benefits. And that is because I keep my feelings so separate from the relationship that things can never get confusing. I'm very much like, this is going to be the situation. This is what we're going to do. And we're not going to like each other. And we're going to get into that later, like in the podcast, how to not catch feelings with your friends with benefits situation. But like, I was really good at friends with benefits. And then he was also, I think, good at it, but he also could be lying because I think he did like actually really like me. And I was just like, no, we're friends with benefits. Anyways, did I like it? At the time, yeah, it was really convenient for me. I was like, okay, I get best of both worlds. Like I can go do whatever I want. And at the end of the day, I'm still with this really sexy man and we're friends and no one has to know about it. So there were a lot of pros. Cons, he could have liked me. He could have not liked me and I really liked him and that would have hurt my feelings. That could have been a con. But there was actually only pros in my story because eventually we ended up dating around junior year of high school. We ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. So my friends with benefits actually turned into a friends to lovers trope. And that is rare, but it is not impossible. So if you're in a friends with benefits situation, I'm not saying to get your hopes up and be stupid delusional, but I'm saying it could turn into something more. So never close the door. Okay. Anyways, now let's go into what counts as friends with benefits. I've just told you my story, and now you're probably thinking, dang, have I ever been in a friends with benefits situation? Do I even know what that is? Let's explain. Friends with benefits is not someone you just hook up with once. It is not a one-night stand. Those things are not different. It also is it's a regular, ongoing physical connection with someone without commitment. Like genuinely, you just do physical stuff and you don't commit. You never will. Don't ever talk about dating. Don't ever talk about relationships. You guys are friends. Outside in the real world, you guys aren't touchy. Like it's behind closed doors, like friends with benefits. Not even many people know. It's very secretive. And it exists in a gray area between friendship and relationship. It can get very dangerous. It can be sneaky and fun and exciting, but it can get very dangerous very quick. And we're actually going to talk about that. And I think there are a few different type of friends with benefits situations. Like there can be because you like the convenience of it, but you're not ready for love, or vice versa. Or he's not ready for a relationship, but wants your body, and you're like, I'll settle for that because at least I'll get some of his attention. Or you're fresh out of a breakup, you take your boy best friend and you say, let's go do this because you're low-key rebounding off of him, and then it turns into a friends with benefits situation. Or you want attention, but not commitment. So those are like the types of friends with benefits situations. So I'd really like hone down which one your situation is because it can be all for different reasons. Like really step back, look at your friends with benefits situation and be like, why am I doing this? That's going to help you figure out a lot of things. Now let's talk about why people get into friends with benefits. Some people are lonely, okay? Some people are lonely and they disguise that with this like freedom of having open range with somebody and being able to be intimate with them, but then go and like do stuff with everybody. And they think that like, you know, more people equals less loneliness, but that's never the case. You're probably just trying to fill a hole that can't be filled with more penises. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't matter. Loneliness disguised as freedom. Another reason, you're keeping someone around who's emotionally unavailable. You're trying to see it out. And you're like, okay, the only reason he'll hang out with me is if I put out and I want him to be my boyfriend. So hopefully one day he'll see how sexy, amazing I am. And then he'll want to be my boyfriend. So you just keep putting up with this friends with benefit treatment, even though you want a relationship because he's emotionally unavailable. Those are some reasons why people get into friends with benefits. I got into friends with benefits because I think the first one, loneliness disguised as freedom. I'm going to be for real. Like I was probably really lonely deep down and I was like, I just like this man because he's sexy and I want to go with all these other guys because I think it'll fill something in me that I can't fill myself. Hashtag I need male validation. I'm not like that anymore, but hey, let's be open and honest on this podcast. You live and you learn and then you teach. Now you're in a friends with benefits. I want you to think about something. Does he want this friends with benefits or do you want the friends with benefits? You need to reflect on your situation like hella. Did you agree to be friends with benefits because you wanted to or because you're settling and waiting for him to be ready for a relationship? Are you craving affection and convincing yourself that this is enough because you're holding on to the hope that one day he'll want to be your boyfriend and not just your friends with benefits? Because if you are, I'm sorry to break it to you, but we're in Delulu town and we need to get in the car and drive away. And we're going to get into that. But I just want you to know you don't have to be low maintenance for a man to think you're cool. Like, you're not cool for tolerating breadcrumbs. You don't have to act like you're just okay with being friends with benefits if you're not okay with being friends with benefits. Like, don't lie to him and don't lie to yourself because at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one that feels like shit. Like, let's be fair. Like, if you're in a friends with benefits situation right now and you're like, damn, like, I really want him to be my boyfriend, but like, this is the only way I can keep him around. Don't settle for emotionally unavailable men. You should not have to sit and wait and be like, I'll wait for you like a little puppy dog until you come home and you're ready for mommy. No, no, no. You go and you live your life. And if he wants you, he'll come pursue you. Bottom line, that's going to make you feel so much better, I promise. And guess what? The dick you're getting from him is probably not even making up for this. I swear to God, it probably isn't even making up for this. Okay? But let's say you ignore me and you're like, I still want to be friends with benefits. Like, I think this is going to be awesome and fun. And you know what? I actually am really good at this. And I just want him because I think he's sexy and I don't want any strings attached. I just want my needs fulfilled. That's okay. Let's talk about how to be good friends with benefits, protecting your peace. Now, this is the kind of the guidelines I followed during my friends with benefits situation, and it went great. So here's the rule book. 1, no feelings allowed. Do you hear me? When you're in a friends with benefits situation, you cannot let your feelings get involved or it's going to blow up in flames. Keep your walls up. Have I ever said that before? No. But I'm saying it right now. Keep your emotional walls up. If he's tapping at the door, say, sorry, sir, this is for long-term boyfriends only, and you seem to be a friends with benefits, so you're not on the guest list. Like, you can't come in. That's the attitude you have to bring to the function, okay? Another thing, don't romanticize the hookups. I get it. You just laid in bed with him. Y'all just had the best time ever. Everything was so amazing and wet. And now you're laying there and you're like, this guy could totally be my boyfriend and this could look like our future. Stop, get up, put your pants on and leave. We are not romanticizing this friends with benefits situation. Okay, because that's how you get hurt. You make up fake things in your head and you think that everything could be so amazing, but the man is still emotionally unavailable. Okay, don't do that. That's just going to get him confused and you confused. And if you want to be friends with benefits, you have to stick to the plot of being friends with benefits. It's not friends with benefits plus feelings, okay? How do you do this? I would just limit personal conversations. I think where things can get confusing with friends with benefits is you guys hook up and then you stay and you have a good conversation. And that good conversation kind of tricks your mind into thinking like, wow, we could definitely be more because we just got really deep. And if you for sure know that you want this to be only strictly friends with benefits and you don't want any feelings getting involved, I would cut the conversations. Don't talk about it. Like, don't talk about feelings. Don't get deep because getting deep will foster a connection. And you don't really want that deep connection with your friends with benefits. Just don't get your emotions involved at all. I promise you it's for the best. And I know you're like, what is this girl talking about? I'm just trying to keep us all safe here. If at the end of the day we decide we want to go over and, hook up with this guy and just be friends, like, you have to know what you're getting yourself into and you have to be prepared to keep your emotions very, very close. Another thing you can do, set boundaries and set boundaries early. I know it's like awkward sometimes to talk about it, but it's better to talk about it and have it be awkward than you get like hella hurt. So I would limit 3 things: time, space, and communication. Time, don't spend too much time with him. Like, when you're over and you're hooking up, you're there for one reason and one reason only. It's to get your needs out of the way and go home. That's what friends are with benefits are for. So don't stay too long. Don't sleep over all the time. Limit your time because the more time you devote to him, the more your brain is going to be like, wow, I think this guy is important because we're spending so much time with him. We must like him. And that's how you get hurt. We don't want to do that. Okay? Just limit your time. Like, just get it over with. Another thing, space. Don't invite him everywhere. Like, y'all are behind closed doors for a reason. Don't invite him to hang out with you just to hang out. Like, if you want to go to the fair and you're like, wow, I really want to like hang out with someone, don't invite your friends with benefits. It's going to get sticky. And I know you guys are friends, but you really have to limit the amount of time you guys spend together, especially one-on-one, unless you guys are leaning towards a friends to lovers trope, which we'll get into later and we'll talk about the signs that it's leading there. But if you know like this guy's super emotionally unavailable and he wouldn't be a good boyfriend and you don't want to get too tied up in this, keep your space. And that's for you. That's for you. Okay? Lastly, communication. Now, you might be thinking, oh, Trinity, you're going to say to talk about this. I'm actually saying the opposite. I'm saying don't really talk at all. If you're going to have conversations, you literally have to play a part, is what I'm saying. You have to play a part. Like, when you guys are face to face, you guys are friends. Like, be an actress. You guys are friends. You're in a group setting with all your friends. You guys are friends. You've never even seen his penis before. Behind closed doors, y'all can go ham. And then when you walk out of those doors, again, you guys are friends. You're playing a part. And guess what? That can be exciting. And also, that's good because it's keeping your feelings at bay and you're not getting too involved in it. Don't talk about feelings. Don't text daily. Don't call. Like, if you're going to text, be like, hey, you up? That's the text. Or, hey, did you do the homework? No. Okay. Keep it strictly friends with benefits. Okay. Another thing, and this is my little hack, keep your roster active. You do not want to close all forms of communication with a bunch of other guys because you're so in love with your friends with benefits. That sounds like a shit show waiting to happen. Genuinely, like, imagine you accidentally like your friends with benefits way too much and then he drops you, and guess what? You liked him so much that you forgot about all your other roster hoes and now you're lonely. And that's fine. But if you just want to keep them around, don't drop all your options for a non-relationship situation, because he is literally one flavor and you have like the entire ice cream shop at hand. Just be mindful of that, okay? Okay. Like, it's okay if he's your number one best friend on Snapchat. That's fine. But like, don't forget about your number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay? They all make up the solar system. Another tip, only do it when it's convenient. Do not miss out on your daily Pilates times to go hook up with your friends with benefits. That's how you get locked in, because you carve out important you time for him. And then your brain's going to be like, he must be important again because we are limiting our self time to spend time with him. And then you're confused. But if you have Pilates Wednesday night and you sign up for the class and he's like, oh, I want to hang out. Say, sorry, I have Pilates right now. I cannot hang out. I booked this Pilates class and I'm freaking going. If you're still available after, maybe we could take a shower, okay? But don't cancel your plans or rearrange your life for a casual hookup. That is how things get confusing. You're still yourself. You're still a whole person. You don't need to do that, okay? Another thing, stay surface level. Don't trauma dump on him. It's so easy after y'all hook up to like look into each other's eyes and be like, so like, did your mom love you? Don't do that, because then you guys are accidentally going to form an emotional bond. Is that what you want? I don't think so. So no trauma dumping. No what are we conversations. Don't sit there after y'all hook up and look at him in the eyes and be like, what are we? What is this? What are we doing? You're friends with benefits. We made that very clear. Stick to the plot. Don't make yourself confused and don't make him confused, because that's just not going to end well. Okay? And lastly, I want to say, don't stick around. Just don't stick around. Like, hook up, drink some water, bounce. Say, this was fun. See you at school tomorrow when we're hanging out in our giant friend group because we're friends with benefits and none of this happened. Goodbye. That's it. Do you guys see why all of this makes us good friends with benefits? It's because we are not getting our feelings involved in the slightest. We are playing this very safe. We are there to accomplish our goal of getting our needs fulfilled sexually with a sexy man, and then we're leaving. If you like this man because you like this man, that is the wrong man for this situation, because that is how things get messy. But again, things can start out as friends with benefits and move into lovers. That's what happened to me. So I'm not saying that that's not an option. But if you know, like, this man would be a terrible boyfriend, don't get emotionally connected. And those are just some tips. Keep your walls up, babe. Now, let's talk about why friends with benefits can get complicated psychologically, especially for women. This is really dangerous. When you are intimate with somebody, dopamine and oxytocin release and can trick your brain into forming an emotional bond. This happens in women a lot. So if you feel like you're super connected to this guy after, it's not a coincidence. It's actually just psychology. And that's why friends with benefits can get super confusing and super dangerous. But hey, if we're aware of the fact that this happens, we can clock it. We can be like, okay, I don't actually like him. We just like slept together and that's why. Like, clock it. Oxytocin and dopamine are little silent, fun little guys that sneak up on you and make you feel super good. But just know it's the hormones talking, not you. So just be aware that that can happen. And then when that happens, we start thinking we really like him and you think he could possibly be your boyfriend. And that's when psychological attachment comes into play. And this is when you associate closeness with safety, even when it's fake. And I'm sorry to be the one to say that, but that's the truth. That's why we don't spend too much time with him, because we could get too close to him and then we could feel too safe. And then boom, you like him so much. Just keep your distance, literally arm's reach until it's time. Then you come here, but arm's reach a lot of the times. Another thing that can happen, cognitive dissonance. And it's when you know he doesn't want more, but your body wants the comfort. That's why you always have to find other things in your life that comfort you. For me, walking and being intimate with someone brings me the same joy. So I know if this man doesn't want to sleep with me, whatever, I'll go on a walk and I'll still feel happy. Do that in your life. It can be whatever. Your favorite snack, Pilates, the gym, coloring. Find something that brings you the same joy. If what we're getting out of intimacy is dopamine and oxytocin, there's hella other things that release dopamine and oxytocin. Literally working out releases dopamine and oxytocin, or finishing a project releases dopamine and oxytocin. So just flip the script, okay? Another thing, one-sided feelings can make friends with benefits super complicated, and that's when one person catches feelings and heartbreak is inevitable. But that's not going to be us. If anyone's going to catch feelings, it's him, because we're such a baddie, sexy, amazing girly, and we're super emotionally disconnected, and men want to chase things that they think that they can fix. And you can't fix this because we're psychologically doing this. Now that we're aware of the psychological things that can happen with friends with benefits that can cause this to be really dangerous, I think we also should be aware of when we're catching feelings. Because maybe you're in a friends with benefits situation right now and you're like, nah, this isn't me. I don't like him. Or do I? Here are some things to think about. You think about him when you're apart. Big one. And I know you're thinking, well, of course I think about him. Like, I'm thinking about the next time, like, we want to hook up. That's fine. But if you're thinking about him, like, when you're walking in the park and you see a dog and, like, two owners and you're like, oh, that could be me and Jeff, my friends with benefits, if he'd lock in, that's bad. That's bad. That's how you know you're starting to like him. Another thing, you want more time, not just physical connection. Like, when you're over there, you're like, I generally just, like, love talking to you. Like, I just want to talk to you and I want to go on dates with you. It's like, it's not even about the intimacy anymore. Like, I really just enjoy spending time with you. That's how you know you like him. You're starting to like him. That should set out an alarm in your head. Ding, 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 girl. You didn't follow any of my tips and now we like him. What are we going to do? Another thing, this is what I do when I need to know if I like a guy. And I don't know if this is good or not, but I'm going to share it anyways. You feel sad or jealous when he's with others. If I can't tell if I like a guy, I will literally just think in my head, like, okay, how would I feel if he got with this other girl? Damn, it would hurt my feelings a little bit. That's how I know I like a guy, because a guy that I just don't really like at all, I wouldn't care if they got with another girl. So I'd be like, okay. So that's how I know. But think about that. Think about your friends with benefits getting with another girl. Does it really irritate you? Maybe you like him. Sorry to say that. Lastly, you start wondering what this could be. The relationship thoughts sneak into your head and you're like, yeah, we could be boyfriend and girlfriend. But no, actually you can't. And I really need you to clock that. If any of these are happening to you, chances are you could potentially be catching feelings for him, and that's okay. Because we have a little step plan to get us out of this. I've been prepared. So now you're like, oh God, I really like him. What do I do? Ask yourself, do I want him or do I want to be wanted? Sometimes we get confusing. When I think, of a guy and I'm trying to figure out if I like him or not, so I picture him with another girl, I'm like, okay, am I mad because I like him or am I mad because I want him to want me and not anyone else? Think about that. Because guess who else can want you? You, your yoga instructor wants you to go to class. Your teacher wants you to turn in your homework. Your parents want to eat dinner with you. You are wanted. You don't need a male who is emotionally unavailable to want you. And better yet, want yourself. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the best version of yourself? Well, hanging out with an emotionally unavailable man is not going to make you the best version of yourself, okay? Another thing, if he's not reciprocating feelings or effort, why are you choosing him? I genuinely want you to sit back and be like, why am I with someone who doesn't want me? What benefit does that bring to me? Genuinely sit back and think that. Like, if you are overcompensating and overgiving and just giving everything to this guy who doesn't want you, how is that benefiting you? You're pouring out your glass into his and now you're freaking empty and you have nothing. Your life does not revolve around trying to get male validation or trying to be wanted by men. You're so much more than that. Go find who you are. And naturally, the universe will bring you your perfect partner because you actually know who you are. It's like if you had a puzzle, okay? And the puzzle had no picture on it. It was just a bunch of cut up pieces of cardboard. How are you going to know which ones go together? There's no picture to go off of. So you have to create the picture for the puzzle to fit together. So create the picture first and then put your puzzle together. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but made sense in my head. Another thing, define your self-respect. Are you betraying yourself to stay near him? Again, what I just said, you don't need to revolve your life around getting validation from males. You are more than that. Your life is more than that. Bottom line, truth, I'm going to say it, and a lot of people don't want to hear this. If he wanted to, he would. Why isn't he texting me? Because he doesn't want to. Why isn't he hanging out with me? Because he doesn't want to. Men are so simple. If they want to do something, they will do it. Don't sit and question if he's playing this mastermind game with you. He's probably not. So if your friends with benefits isn't texting you, it's because he probably doesn't want to text you. And that's a good sign if you're in it for just the intimacy. If you're in it for more, I'm sorry, but he might not like you. That is all my advice on how to stay safe in a friends with benefits situation if you're strictly with the friends with benefits. But hey, let's say you started out friends with benefits and some inevitable love is sneaking in there and the universe is pushing you together and it wants you to be aligned, which happened to me, and you can't stop it. That's fine. How do we know it is heading in that situation? You guys both really like each other. And you guys actually both do like really talking to each other. And when you talk, it feels like he's actually talking back and he's actually listening and actually understanding you. And then you accidentally start hanging out outside your friends with benefits situation. And you actually do spend time together, not just doing intimate things, just like walking and like hanging out. And like you guys are really forming a bond, which can totally happen. And some things can start with as friends with benefits and move into that direction. That's totally normal. But I need you to be honest with yourself. Is he treating you like an option? Sometimes it's fun when a man treats us like an option because we're like, great, I want to show him that I'm the best option. But that's how you lose. You need to show him that you aren't an option. Sorry, I'm not on your checklist of girls you have to talk to today because I'm actually out and I've just learned how to fish. So I'm trying a new hobby. You can come talk to me if you want. Show him that you aren't an option. You are the only option because you're that girl and you have a life outside of him. And he can't just put you on his checklist for the day. Like, you're not on there, okay? Another thing, does he prioritize your happiness or just your body? Yeah, think about that. I'm sorry to say it, but sometimes men really just want our body. And they don't really care about how we feel. I've talked to men and they've told me that. They don't care about how the girl feels. They just want to get a nut off. They genuinely said that. And that's disgusting to hear, but now we are aware. Be honest with yourself. Does he actually like you when your clothes are on? That should answer your question. But let's say he actually does, and you guys are actually hitting it off. And this could be more, how do you shift from friends with benefits to dating? Because this could have just been the start of your love story. And hey, all love stories start differently. And there's not one way for a love story to go. So I'm totally down for this. How do you shift from friends with benefits to dating? We just need to play the game. And if you don't know how to play the game, that's fine. I'll tell you right now, it's super easy. Pull back emotionally and physically to create desire. That's the first step. It's really counterintuitive, but you actually have to pull back a little bit and show them how valuable your energy is for them to come chase you. Men are pursuers. They want to chase you. Let them chase you. Another thing, focus on personal value. Show him we're not waiting for him. Sorry if you're emotionally unavailable. We're not waiting for you to figure yourself out. We have a life to live. Show him that. Genuinely show him that. Build mystery and make him chase you again. Like, yeah, he got you because you're friends with benefits, but if he wants you, he'll want to know more about your life. Make him chase that knowing. Keep being a mystery. Make him wonder where you are. Make him wonder where you go after y'all are done hooking up. Be a mystery. He'll want to solve you, I promise. And in the pursuit of that, he'll end up liking you. Another thing, create investment. I actually really, really, really like this trick. In a friends with benefits situation, it can be difficult because he's receiving things from you. Like, he's receiving your body and your time. That's what he's receiving. But if you want to create investment, you have to get him to do things for you. And this can be little things. It's such a good hack. It's such a good hack. So let's say y'all are done hooking up, right? Ask him to get you water. If he's an okay, decent guy, he'll get you water. Do this a few times. His brain's going to start thinking, do I like her because I'm doing things for her? It's so psychological. And be like, I must like her because I keep doing things for her. Ask him to get you a towel. Ask him to find your clothes. And I wouldn't say do this at all at once. I wouldn't be like, can you get me water and a towel and get my clothes? No, space it out. Slowly but surely make sure he's doing things for you, and that's going to trick his mind into liking you. Because he's going to be like, I must like this girl if I'm doing things for her. Sorry, I just gave the hack of the world. That was literally the key to the universe, and I just shared it, and I'm not sorry about it, actually. I take it back. If you want him to be your boyfriend, stop acting like his girlfriend without the title. That's all I'm going to say. Like, genuinely show him your girlfriend material. And girlfriend material isn't someone who's just going to settle for the bare minimum. And let him miss you. Go away for a little bit. Show him how much he likes you, because sometimes you hang out with people so much, they don't get the chance to ever miss you. And when you miss someone, and that's how you know you like them more than just a friend, when you miss them and you really like them, like, let him miss you. Go do some girl time. You're allowed to miss him too, but no, when you're missing him, he's probably missing you. That is like low key all I have to say about friends with benefits, but I want to leave us with some reminders of the dangers of friends with benefits, because yeah, I did it. Because I was super emotionally unavailable and it worked. But if you're an emotional girly and you really, really like this guy, casual intimacy isn't for everyone. Just know that. You don't have to do this just because it's the thing people do or it works for some people. It isn't for everyone. And that's fine. Know yourself, girl. You're risking your emotional health for temporary attention. If you're with him because you like him and you want his attention, think about what that does to your emotions when he's gone and when he doesn't want you. Is it worth the second of validation that you feel for like at least 6 months of sadness? I don't think so. And on top of that, the psychological things that are going on in your head are going to drive you crazy. It's not worth it. Like, no penis is worth that much emotional distress. I promise. Save yourself. And at the end of the day, like, if you want a genuine connection, that is not something to apologize for or settle for. If you're looking for a genuine connection, go find someone who also wants a genuine connection, not someone who's emotionally unavailable and just using you for your body. Even if he's the sexiest man in school, even if you've had a crush on him forever, it's not worth it. I promise it's not worth it, okay? Some reminders. big sis reminders leaving this podcast. You're the prize. That saying actually changed my life. You are the prize. I sometimes forget that I am the prize and I'm not just something that I have to give to men. I'm the prize. They should be lucky to be hanging out with me. Like, they should feel lucky. And if you struggle with this, the way that I like really instilled in my mind that I was the prize was going in the mirror every morning and telling myself, like, you are the prize, or writing it on a sticky note and sticking it to my mirror, you are the prize. And then when I'm in situations with men where I feel like I have to do something, I remind myself, I'm the prize. I shouldn't have to do anything. They're lucky to be here right now. And you can say that's egotistical. You can say that's self centered. I think it's just bad bitch energy. You're the prize, babe. Don't forget that. Lastly, next, never settle for half love or part time affection. It's not really worth feeling half loved when you have a whole heart. Also, don't try to decode the situation. There's nothing to decode. He's not confusing. You're just ignoring the clarity. You know what the situation is. You know what you got yourself into. Don't try to make it more complicated. And this isn't love, by the way. If love leaves you feeling small, it's not love. Love is whole. Love is awesome. Love is soft. Love is kind. Love is beautiful. Love is warm. It's not 5 minutes in the bed and leaving. I promise. Okay. That's my episode for today. And I honestly feel hella inspired. And I'm glad I talked about this because sometimes friends with benefits can get sneaky and can get tricky and can get dangerous and can get dirty. But hey, just know where you are in life, basically. If you're in a good headspace where you can be friends with benefits with someone, then I'm all for it. Go for it, girl. We all deserve to explore ourselves sexually. And if that's with the sexiest man who just wants to be friends, I'm not opposed. And if it turns into something more, that might be amazing. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. If you guys have any recommendations of things you want me to talk about, you are welcome to comment them down below. Or if you want, you can DM me on Instagram at TriniXO. And you can DM me on TikTok at Trinity.Blair, but I'm more likely to respond on Instagram because TikTok is crazy. I love you guys so much. I hope that you know that I have so many big things coming for y'all in the future. And I cannot explain how much your support means to me. Like, every day I wake up and I feel so blessed that I'm able to help you guys. When I look at y'all, I see a version of me. I promise. Like, we are all each other. Like, I was you and y'all are me. I promise. Like, I'm just so thankful for you guys. Genuinely. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys got something out of this and we can stay safe, sexy, amazing, and strong when we're in a friends with benefits situation. I love you. Come back for Friday for a Freaky Friday episode and I will talk to you soon. Bye, buddies.